Hi everyone, this is me Priya again on Feathers and Ferns, and you all are welcome on my channel almost after 6 months. So I'm making this video after such a long time, and I really was missing crafting and making my journals. Those who know that I had started a new job early this year, and I really was not getting much time to craft, but slowly I was trying to just do something little bit every day, and I'll try to be more consistent. So in these days I made this journal. um, so it's quite a different kind of journal from what I have been doing. So let me quickly take you through it. So this journal comes in a drawstring bag. I of course make all my journals. When I make them, I have a bag with them, and this is most of the sewing I can do. So that's the drawstring string bag, and let me put it a bit away. And that's the journal. So this journal comes with a pack of, or a bundle of uh, envelopes, some embellishments, which I'm going to talk about them, this bundle, in a little while. So let me first quickly take you through the journal. So this journal, it's quite a different kind of journal that I usually make. Firstly, because this binding, it's a Coptic binding journal, so it's quite a different kind. And you can see from here, I did a little bit of mistake here in my binding, but I'm still learning. So this journal has a fabric. It's a hardbound and it's covered with fabric, and then on the top I did this fabric collage with some hand embroidery. I also learned to do a little bit of embroidery over the lockdown period last year, so I used it here. And then I did a bit of collage, some slow stitching, and then a little bit of this Eiffel Tower embellishment. Yeah, so this is it. Let me take you through the journal. I'm going to call this journal the Book of Collages, because every page here has been collaged uniquely. So let's go inside. That's the inside the end pages. And as we move in, so you can see that each page has been collaged. So I used a lot of antique book pages. I have this antique French book which I used, and then I used some sheet music papers. I used some pretty washi tapes, and then I use these printables from Antique Papery. So I have bought these printables such a long time ago, almost I think 2 years ago, and I had never used them. So while making this journal, I thought that I must use these papers. And so more or less this journal has like soft blue as its overall theme. So even the printables, I choose them in a way that they all have a little bit of hint of blue, like soft blue. And then each page has been, before the collaging was done, each page has been tea dyed. And then I did this, I'm not sure if it is very well visible through the camera, but I did paint each page. And I have done this style in a lot of my journals, where I kind of make the journals look quite like these pages look quite metallic and like vintagey. So I use these metallic acrylic colors to embellish each page. It's not overwhelming. It's a light color, and the pages could be used for writing on top of this color. I just feel that while doing it, the pages, apart from tea dyeing, which of course I love, when we do this color on top of the tea dyeing, it gives pages a very unique corrector. So yeah, so this book can lay flat, all pages can open nicely so that they could be used for writing. And then yes, of course I forgot to mention that and also I ripped the edges of the pages so that when the book is closed it gives a very nice effect here. And then also I use some Tim Holtz what's that called, that ink pads to dye the edges. I will put the name of that thing in the description box below. So yeah, so these are all the pages, and even though each page has been collaged, you know, using the same kind of elements, I love this, but each page has its own character because no two collages are same. Each one has its own style here. So I use a lot of these clear stickers. So I made this journal for a very good friend, Ragini, and I was thinking of making something for her from such a long time, and finally I managed to make something. So yeah. And of course these pages for these digital printables from Antique Papery are really beautiful. You must go and have a look. I really like these. And these pages have a very, these printables have a very like vintage, you know, vintage effect to them. Yeah, so these are these pages. They are in total around 100 pages in this notebook, and that brings us to the end of it. The reason, because of the kind of binding, which is Coptic stitching that I did in this book, it's quite strong, it's quite sturdy, and because the pages are kind of compressed, they do not look a lot, but they are over 100 pages here. And this book can lay flat and could be easily used for writing. I didn't specifically add pockets and those things inside the book because I wanted to keep it more for collages, and for other embellishments I made a separate bundle. So let me quickly take you to that. So this is the envelope bundle that I was talking about, and I used this pretty embellishment here to close this bundle. And so here also I did a lot of there are a lot of pretty elements. So that's a little pocket that I made, a little envelope, and inside this little envelope there are these pretty stamps that I made. These stamps were also part of Antique Papery digital printables. And then there are these pockets. Inside these pockets also I have these pretty spools and what are they called? Spool templates, something like that. And on the I put this vintage library cards on the back of these so that there is some space for writing here. And of course these could be used to save to organize some vintage laces. In this packet there are these few vintage journaling cards. And then that's an envelope, and inside this envelope also are a few vintage postcards, and these are quite beautiful. I love them. And there are these two vintage stamps. Then there is this little envelope, and oh, here also there are these pretty dress, what is it called, dress form templates, and at the back also they could be used for writing and for organizing some vintage laces. Then I have this thing, and this thing is my favorite. So this is an envelope which I have used to make a little kind of notepad. So there are these pages inside which I stitched here, and then there are these pockets also here, and in these pockets there are a lot of embellishments. And here also there is a pocket, so this could double as a writing notepad as well as an envelope for saving things. Then there is this envelope, and I made a little shaker card here using some vellum. And inside this also I added a few embellishments. Now there is another vintage card, postcard envelope, and here also I made this little shaker kind of thing, and inside this envelope I added a few vintage library cards. That's another envelope, and in this envelope also there are these few vintage postcards. These could be used for some kind of embellishments. And that's the last one, the biggest one. So this envelope also has been embellished, and then inside there are some pages from a stamp book that I have. So this stamp book is quite old. It's almost 100 years old, and there are some pages from that stamp book, and these pages could be used to embellish a journal, to make some envelopes. So there could be a lot of ideas on how these stamp pages could be used. So guys, these were all the embellishments that are going with this journal, and I really hope that Ragini likes it, and I hope that from now on I will be more active. I'll be doing a lot more crafting than I am presently. I'll be more faster. I'll have much more videos, journal flip throughs, etc., and tutorials, of course. So thank you everyone for being here and watching the video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If possible, please share the videos, and I will hopefully see you guys very soon with another journal or maybe a tutorial. Thank you so much. Bye.